Anything else? Any other definitions for GitHub?
People will store their codes and they will interact with the peers in terms of challenges, or they seek any suggestions.
Got it. So it's basically a code sharing platform, you can say, where
Mhm.
let's say a team of people are working together, uh, and then they're working on one certain project. Now, let's say they need to, means in one particular product, there are like five, six features, and one person is building one feature, other person is building another feature, and then their leads are actually overseeing the code and trying to do a code review. So to do this manually through pen drive, this thing, that thing through email, it takes a very lot of time and it completely messes up. But wherein it's a one place code sharing platform where let's say there's a team of people working, 10 different people in one team, they all will write a code for their particular given projects or given resources. And then again, they all can collaborate within the same platform. Now, let's say now you write a code. I can go ahead and pick up that particular code and do a code review. And if there any changes required, I can do it then and there itself. So that you'll come to know who has committed on this particular repository. So that's how the GitHub is used. GitHub is basically a code sharing platform for developers, and there are like millions of developers available on GitHub, but we generally don't really source on GitHub. But that's where the massive pool is available, which is hands-on coding. So let's say I just go and sign in. So I'm on my GitHub, and then here on every single GitHub page, we'll be able to see, let's say, here is my profile. Okay. On any candidate's GitHub page, what we'll be able to see, we'll be able to see overview, we'll be able to see repositories, we'll be able to see projects, we'll be able to see packages, we'll be able to see stars. Okay, so all these popular repositories like interview questions, system design interview questions, or resume, profile, CV, all these are basically repositories. And here it will show when I have means made a contribution to the GitHub, means any changes in the code or anything like that. So from past 6 months, it's very minimum in coding. So it's not showing anything from past 6 to 8 months, but it was really high in month of November. So it's just showing all the activity, how many contributions I've done in a day, and then how many commits I've done, everything it is showing over here. Okay. So that's how we'll be able to see the contribution activity also over here. Okay. When did the person joined GitHub? Like I joined during 2014. And then um, even exactly the dates also it will show when exactly the date and or join. We'll go there, we'll further type it. And then on the left hand side, they'll show a full name, then username, and then the title, company, number of followers, and number of people that I'm following, then company, location, time zone, email ID, and then LinkedIn profile link, anything as such. Okay, then we have stars, packages, projects, repositories. So main difference between repositories and project is something like repository, which is complete, which is ongoing, and the project is something which is completed. So you don't really have to get into that technicality of it, what is repository or what is project. Rather, we can just come back and see how we can use GitHub in our sourcing. So let's come back to homepage. Okay. So there's a uh, new UI. Earlier UI was little different. This is a new UI. In earlier UI, the search functionality was quite easy, but I think In this also, it's easy only. It's not that difficult. It's just that the search bar has moved to right. And then we got some filters in the new UI, but that's okay. Then here, let's go to home. Okay. So now let's say we are on a home page. How will we go about searching for candidates on a GitHub? So indirect search, definitely I know what I'm using is X-ray search. That is nothing but what I'm doing is like I'm just taking a use of github.com because GitHub does not really have anything to search for means like for LinkedIn, we have linkedin.com/in for individual profiles, but GitHub do not have anything like that. It's just github.com. But still, if you want to get individual profiles, then definitely we are taking a combination of site github.com and anything which is constant. So something which is clickable is basically non-executable, but something which is non-clickable, something like this one, or something like location, or something like contributions. I'm just taking the help of this and trying to come up with the X-ray searches. So I just go like that. Similarly, I can add. So I still get individual profiles like this. So that is about the X-ray searches, which we are now pretty expert. We have already cleared a 3 level of certification skills. Then definitely we understand the nuances of X-ray searches and how exactly we can fetch profiles only from GitHub, which is showing up like this with number of repositories or kind of a skills they have worked or anything like that. But how is the direct search? Indirect search, we all know. X-ray search, we all know. By using all these various combinations, we are going to do X-ray searches. But how exactly are we going to do direct searches directly on a GitHub? By using the search tab over here. So let's say if I select like this, then it shows owner, myself, uh, which is a by default format of it. But let's say, let's remove all this. Okay, now I just search for Java. Okay, as soon as we search for Java, we have 3.3 million results, code, repositories, issues, pull requests, discussions, and users, and more means that is commit, packages, wikis, topics, marketplace. Then scroll down, then again more languages. Further scroll down. I have something called advanced search over here. Then I click on advanced search.
हाँ ये
Now this
चलना
is
चालू हो गया नहीं तो this is working actually
what maybe.
नहीं but हाँ
Neti, you're talking to someone else?
Sure.
Yeah,
This number can be different because I also searched Java. It's giving me 2.67
focus
million.
here. Do it
Okay.
later. Focus
Okay.
here first. Okay. So, so how did we come to this advanced search? Anyone here?
When we go to your own profile, go to the left-hand side. At the end, you'll find an advanced search option. Click on that, and then this page will open.
Absolutely no. Anyone else?
You have to
Uh,
give a keyword Java and give a search. Then you have to go to the extreme left end to see the advanced search button.
Kind of. Anyone else?
You go to the top bar, there you can, there's a, Google Glass kind of thing where you can search the keywords. There you give Java, then you come down. At the bottom, there's an advanced search button. Click on that.
Got it. Yes. So first you search for Java. You get all the results. Then scroll down completely. Then on the bottom left hand side, extremely on the left hand side at the bottom, we have advanced search option. Once you click there, we will come to this particular option. Something like
Can you
first,
repeat? Can you please repeat this?
that's the reason I'm saying focus.
Hmm.
So let me just come to home. Just search for anything. Java. So team, please focus. This is gonna be very complex. So need 100% attention. Okay, once we search for Java, here we have everything. Here we have everything. Scroll down extremely on the left-hand side. And once you scroll here, like left-hand side is extremely scroll down. And once you scroll, you'll search here, find here advanced search. From here, you come to advanced search. Anyone else who don't know how to come to advanced search? Just type in yes if you know how to come to advanced search. Type in no if you don't know how to come to advanced search. So we have 33 and 33 responses.
Shiva, I'm able to log in my old repository also now.
Okay, so just focus for now. Remaining, you do your homework later. Just focus for now. Anyone who do not have a GitHub account, I would say please create a GitHub account. How will you create a GitHub account? Let's go to logout. First, let's start with the creation of a GitHub account. Everyone search for GitHub. Is there anyone who is unable to search for GitHub?
Do you want us to do it parallelly, create it, Shiv?
No, you don't have to do anything parallelly. Just create an account parallelly. After that, you go through the recording and follow the steps how to do it. And if you have questions, you can come back tomorrow. So today, only create GitHub account. After that, close it. If you're not able to create GitHub account, let me know. So once you search for GitHub, you have sign up. Once you click on sign up, you can enter your email address. And then create a password. And continue.
Shiv, do you recommend us to create a GitHub account from our personal email IDs or official email IDs?
Personal is fine, no problem.
Okay.
But will it accept the personal email ID? Because for me, earlier I tried, it didn't work. The Gmail
Can
didn't
you
work
share
for
your
me.
screen?
My personal email ID is working, Gmail.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah,
For whoever is it's not working.
I'm not able to. Like, so I created with my official email ID
Can you share
before
your
the
screen once?
class. Yeah, I'm not
Let me
able.
stop the share.
Yes.
Just you can share a screen.
Yeah, one moment. Yeah. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah,
Let
just log out.
me sign out. Sign up. Email ID is invalid. Oh, already taken. Okay.
Already taken it is. It's not invalid.
Oh,
Just go and do forgot password.
where is that? Oh, in sign
You
in.
can stop the
Okay.
share and see forgot password. Anyone else who is unable to create a
Okay,
GitHub
sure.
account? Then create a username.
It will ask 3 times to verify.
Yeah.
Oh, for me only one time it asked.
Okay, anyone who is not able to create a GitHub account?
We'll be checking for the availability of the username.
So how many team member? Just me, you can select. Are you a student or a teacher? Not applicable, you can keep and then continue. And then here, collaborative coding, automation, security. What are the things you want? You select. If you don't want anything, just deselect everything and continue.
Shiv, that security thing I deselected. Will it be useful anywhere now? No, right?
Not required for sourcing.
Okay.
Okay. So here you have a free version and here you have an enterprise version. So just select for continue for free. Here you'll land up in this page. Anyone who is unable to create GitHub account, just type no if someone is unable to create GitHub account. Everyone can create. All have created their GitHub accounts. Naveen? Naveen Rajan?
Yes, sir.
Aruna? Jyotsna? Jyoti? Lokesh?
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay. So that's how we create a GitHub account. Now keep it aside. Don't touch anything. Just forget everything and come back to GitHub. Okay, just focus. After that, go through the recordings and do it by yourself. But for now, have a super focus. So now to source on GitHub, what we do, we just come to home page, click here and type Java. Once you search for Java, we'll get all these things. Don't have to do simultaneously anything. Just focus. This is critical. All right. And once you scroll down completely, it comes the advanced search over here. And once we go to the advanced search over here it is everything. So in advanced search, you don't really have to give any search directly here. You try to understand how exactly here the operators are working. GitHub operators are completely different. In our thumb rule of sourcing, there are a number of topics on GitHub sourcing, which I've covered at the last. If you bought that particular book, then you would know what I'm talking about. GitHub operators are completely different. Comparable to LinkedIn or a Google operator, GitHub operators are completely different. So let's say I just come to advanced search. Select written in this language, which language you want to select. So all the languages in which the code can be written, like C, C Sharp, C++, CoffeeScript, CSS, Dart, Xslave, all those JavaScript, Java, all these popular languages come first. Then after that, everything else, like ABAP or anything like that. So whichever the language you want, you can just select that particular language. Let's say I select Java. Okay. Now, if I select Java, here by default, if you see, the code is like what we say, operator is like language colon. So that's the operator for GitHub. That is language colon. And then for which language that I'm searching for. That is Java. So if you don't know how to come to advanced search, you can still use like this. But otherwise, it's always suggested first to come to advanced search and select written in language. So once you select written in language, that particular repository that candidate would have created or anything. Okay, so just written in language. Okay, repository option with these many stars, with these many folks, this everything you can leave, not required. Directly go to user option. Once you come to the user options, from location, maybe location you can say Bangalore. Followers and all is not required. In GitHub, there is no fan following stuff. It's purely coding stuff. So you don't really have to go with the followers. Public repositories, you may or you may not, but it's not necessary that someone who do not have a repository doesn't know the coding. They must be having a repositories, but on a private GitHub, but on a company what enterprise version, which is a company paid one, company GitHub. But in a free version, they would definitely have an account. It's like LinkedIn. Okay, to have a LinkedIn recruiter, you need a free version of LinkedIn. You need to have an account on LinkedIn. After that, you can assign your primary email ID, your official email ID as a primary email ID in LinkedIn. And after that, you can start using a LinkedIn recruiter. Similarly, here to start using a enterprise version of GitHub, person need to have a basic GitHub account. So it's not necessary that everyone should have a number of repositories. Those repositories can be sitting on their company account, enterprise account, which is hidden, which is not seen. So don't go with the number of repositories or number of followers. GitHub doesn't work like that. Just go for a user option, select Bangalore and select working in which language. So if you have selected the language already over here, not required. But otherwise, if you again select a language, let's say I take again JavaScript, it will be the same language Java. So don't really have to, maybe any one you can select. Don't really have to take any two. Better I'll take from here. I just directly go to the user option from location and working in this language. Yeah, Jose.
So will there be a difference while selecting on top and below because
Nothing,
it's a
no
user?
difference.
Okay.
Both will
Okay.
work like same.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so don't really have to uh, go there. So just select
Okay.
option, go to advanced search, go to user option, location, and working in the language. That's it, and then give a search. So if you see here, language Bangalore, location colon Bangalore, language colon Java, and we have 12,000 results who are working on Java and are from Bangalore. So as I mentioned, this is a new UI. Now here we can see user, here we can see all these things, you can just ignore it completely, that you don't have to do anything. Just focus on user part, because from the user only you're getting to get the profile data. Let me see if I have a way to go to
Chef, here either 12K is showing or my case 13K is showing, it is the same. The number is not same.
that's fine, don't worry about it. Because you won't be able to see on 12K. Maximum, like LinkedIn, you'll be able to see maximum 1,000. So here also you'll be able to see maximum 1,000. All are Microsoft own products. So don't worry that if I'm seeing 13,000 and you're seeing 10,000 or vice versa. Because any which ways you're not going to see all those. Just trying to see if I can just revert to the previous version.
There is an option filters.
Where?
See here on my screen, filters option. Top next to three dots.
Not this as well. Earlier, this look wasn't like this. The old look was much better. But I think here we have a new look now, which is hiding the email IDs. Earlier, we had a full view of their GitHub profile with their email IDs and everything. But wherein in a new look, that is something which is gone. I'll search any which is and go there.
I saw there is a Chrome extension for that. Otherwise, it's not possible, it seems.
Which extension is that?
I'll share 1 second.
GitHub Classic browser extension.
Chat is not working. Yeah, I just shared.
So let's search for this.
But it will not revert back everything, it seems. As per that.
No, this is on the old pages. This one, it's not working on the search page. I wanted some extension for a search page. Let's see if we have anything dark mode theme.
I shared one link. Did you check that?
Shiv, if we click on the profile, then it is showing the email IDs.
That will show, but how will you scrape the data? No, this is also the old one. This is on the profile. I don't want on the profile. I want on a high level overall view.
So the filter option is giving organization, full name, number of repositories, followers,
I'm
location.
not going there.
Okay.
That was earlier there also. What I'm trying to say is something else. So yeah, if you see, this is how it used to be earlier. Okay, where we get a username, title, location, and then their email ID. It's not clearly showing, but if you see, this is how we used to get it on the old part, where we used to see a user, which was a clickable, then username, then the title, and then a location, and then the email ID. So it was much easier for us to scrape the data with their name, email ID, title, location, and the email ID. As this version is gone, which is no more valid, we'll have to figure out a new way of it. Now, if you see here, this is how it used to be. Name, username, and then email ID, and then the location, and then the email ID. So name, username, uh, then a title, then location, and then the email ID. So what happens when we get the data in this format? It becomes very easy for us to scrape the entire data with the name, title, location, and the email ID into the Excel. But now the current use case is something like what we are seeing is little different, where if I just go here, okay, so let's say if I just click on users, then we're getting this one, but we are not getting that email ID. So here we can still see their name, title, and location, but email IDs are hidden. So name, title, and location, but email IDs are kind of hidden.
So if
So
it
what
is
do you do
visible,
when the email IDs are hidden? Hmm?
if it was visible, how you used to do? You used to copy paste manually to Excel, or how was it?
We used to use data miner. That is a
Oh,
advanced system
that
data.
okay.
We used to use data miner and scrape the entire data. But now here,
Okay.
what happened is that email IDs is not visible. What we need to do once we click on the profile, then that's where we are going to the email ID. So it has become little difficult now to scrape the data. but otherwise earlier we used to do like that. Let's figure out some new ways, but any which ways. Like when I search for location Java, that's how we go. So what we do first, we just search for anything here in the search tab. And then on the extreme left, we have an advanced search. Once we go to the advanced search, then here directly scroll down to the user option. Don't go anywhere else. So let me just close. Okay, directly scroll to the user option, then enter
We can't
Bangalore.
see your screen, Chip.
You can see
No, we can.
is
No, we can see.
I can only see SourcingXpress. So,
let me stop and reset. And with this, it is slow. Can you see now?
yeah, but now it's like, I don't know why it's a small screen showing, not the entire screen. It's looking very small.
No,
The whole screen is shared.
I think your settings, you need to change it. You need to broaden it.
Rest of us can see.
On top, there is a view option. Maybe you can full screen.
Okay, yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Okay. So now, once I come to advanced option, directly go to the user option. In user option, from location, type whatever the location you want, and then working in the language. So here, let's say, we'll just take Java, and then provide a search. Okay, we get all these results. Now, let's say additionally, we want an additional results, means additional filters or additional results. What exactly we're going to do? How exactly we're going to search? So first thing, how to search for location and language? Are we good?
Yes,
Yes, sure.
Yes, sure.
Okay. So here, organization, full name, number of repositories, number of followers, location, language, creation date, sponsorable, this everything you can ignore. Okay. If you want that features, you can pretty much use it, but otherwise, just ignore, no problem. Okay. Anyone who did not understood how to make a basic search on GitHub? Are we good?
Yes.
Yes, sure.
Okay. Now, apart from this thing, now let's say I just go to a profile. Okay, here I would see, okay, joined 11 years ago, and then post around 10,000 plus commits and opens around 635 issues, submitted around 510 pull requests, received 46 stars. So all that thing, the profile data, whatever, how much ever the activity he has done. So this profile might not be really much active on um, maybe on a LinkedIn or any such sites. But based on this GitHub data, do you think this is a good profile?
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Okay. This is in fact an excellent profile, I would say. Okay, where currently he's working at Scalar Academy and then from Bangalore and then additional email IDs and then additional own personal websites, all those things. Okay, and once we scroll here, then we would be able to see when did they join. December contribution activity, championship award, had no activity. December 2011. So December 2011 is when they joined. Now let's come to little advanced search. Okay, now let's say created. So created, let's say I'll keep 31st. So the format is year hyphen month hyphen date. So let's say 2015 hyphen 12 hyphen 31st. Okay. So here we have created, then we have anything in the user option. Bangalore, working in Java, then now search. Okay, so only one result because we have given a date, an accurate date, 2015, December 31st. 31st of December, someone has created a profile in 2015 who is working in language Java and from location Bangalore. So let's say we just go to this profile and go to 2015. So here if you see, joined on December 31st, 2015. So why it is important for us? Any guesses? Why do we need created?
To
That
check on
means
their experience.
since then he is active means he's programming.
Since then they have
Experience
created their
is one
GitHub
thing.
profile. That means roughly someone who has created their profile on 31st of December 2015, we would definitely say that they are at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5+ years of experience. Even in case if I'm excluding their academic 3 years or 4 years, there might be a possibility that person just joined engineering, computer science engineering. First year they won't create, second year they won't create, third year they might start creating. So 2 years of overlaps, you can just keep it. 2 years of overlaps or 1 year of a gap. Probability, not much, that too. Maybe after 5, 6 years, that probability would be there. But today, if you see, uh, once the people join, then that time they create their GitHub repositories or GitHub accounts. Okay. And very few people, the recent trend started creating their GitHub account while they're in their BTech final year or BTech third year, not even third year, while they're in their BTech final year. So 1, 2 years you can definitely keep a buffer, but otherwise, if you see, here we have given exact date, and it is shown that on that particular exact date, this person has joined. On 31st December of 2015 is the person who has joined GitHub. Instead of going for a 31st December party, he's the one sitting and creating his GitHub account. Cool. So that's how we would know how exactly to identify with the years of experience. Though we do not have any um, direct filter for years of experience, but we can go with these assumptions. So let me just go and say, how do I give a range of created? So now let's say the syntax is someone who has created after and someone who has created before. So let's go with this is someone who has created after 2010 hyphen 01 hyphen 01. So that's how created. So I just search for. So created. So 13K results because all these people created after 2000 this range. But I also want someone who created before. So I'll use again created colon that is before. So created after particular date and created before particular date 2015 month and 31st and then the location. Okay. So anyone who has created after 2010 1st January and anyone created before 2015 31st December. So after and before, that is contradicting. So what do we do? Let's go for only created before 31st December. That is
Shiv,
5K. Yeah.
you are saying like space is a, I mean, I remember the other day, like space is a R in this one. That's why
I'll
when you
come
want
there.
to make it
Don't get
and there.
confused. I'll come there.
Okay.
There's a big rule of thumb in that thing. That's completely off. Completely delete your mind. Whatever I said earlier, completely delete your mind.
Sure.
I'll come there slowly. All right. First, understand what created is doing. Understood what created is doing? Anyone who
Yes,
did
sir.
not understood what created operator is doing? Yes, no?
Yes, you understood.
Yes, sir.
Understood, Chief.
Yes.
Understood.
Okay. Now I'm trying to see someone who is created before and someone who is created after. Is there a possibility of having the date ranges? Someone who is created before and someone who is created after. So let's say I again give after 2010 hyphen 01 hyphen 01. And then again created colon before. Okay. When I use this to operator, the rule of thumb for GitHub, when we use to operator together, let's say, without this example, I'll show you something else. Language Java, language JavaScript. With Java, we got 13,000. With location Bangalore and location Java, and after 2010, who was created, we got 30,000. Now we took language Java space language JavaScript, 24,000. Because when we use the same operator twice, this space will become or for LinkedIn or for GitHub. It doesn't remain and for GitHub. This space will become or when we use the same operator twice. Similarly, let's say location Hyderabad. Okay. First we got 24, first we got 13,000. Then after that we get location language Java, language JavaScript, then it worked Java or JavaScript, and we got around 24,000. Now we are giving location Bangalore space location Hyderabad. That 24,000 has become 35,000 because now it is either showing from Hyderabad or Bangalore. Here also it is either giving Java or JavaScript. Similarly, while we are attempting to create a same operator twice, created after this date and created before this date, it's not understanding it as and, it is understanding it as or. So is there a possibility for us? So when I say before and after, it is giving that exact date. It is giving that range after this date or before this date. As per English, it is giving that exact understanding of created after this date or created before this date. And when I remove that before or after, it is giving me exact those profiles who would have created on this particular date. Let me just see 2015. Okay, these 6 people, these are the 6 people who is created on a 1st Jan 2015. Completely focused, guys. This is a little critical. The operators are completely different. And again, the test will be more different. So just understand. There can be a question while creating a searches in GitHub, while creating a direct searches in GitHub and using the same operator twice. Will it understand as and or will it understand as or? For example, language colon Java, language colon JavaScript. So is this going to read and Java and JavaScript, or is this going to read Java or JavaScript? Another question, while creating a direct searches on GitHub, while using an option created, what exactly it is trying to show us? Is it trying to show us created a repository on that date or created a profile on that date? Again, similarly, while creating the searches on GitHub with an operator created colon, when we give a particular date, do we need to use before or after, or we can use both or none? Again, similarly, while creating searches, direct searches on GitHub and using an operator created, what will happen if we don't use before or after and just give a date? So definitely expect these kind of a questions. And definitely, I will make it confusing for sure. So focus. So now Sandy. So what was the date what we have given? 1st Jan 2015. We'll drag us till Jan. To join GitHub, 1st Jan 2015. To see when the person joined, what do I need to do? This is a first click button, what the candidate has created, an activity. How to check candidate's first repository? Questions, I'm gathering questions now only. So 24 hours of lab, January 2nd, 2015, maybe India and US time something. Because of that, some overlap. Because again, it resets every 12 hours, sorry, 24 hours. So 1st Jan 2015. So I'll just move on interest of time. First Jan 2015. There can be a test, find a GitHub profile whose first repository was in multilingual search or anything like that.
Are you going to teach us how to find first repository? Because that is, we're going to cover that,
We will
right?
cover, but definitely you'll have such questions.
Okay.
Okay, so 1st Jan.
I think GitHub, they might have started only in 2015, January 1st. That is why
No.
all the profile shows 1st January.
No. They started long back. We're getting 2010 profiles also, no?
No, we are getting, but activity, they might have started in 15 only.
No, we get activity from 2010 also. Here we gave only 2015. So we're getting from 2015. Here we give only one date so that it's capturing 24 hours of that one date. So 1st Jan 2015. Similarly, let's say created randomly, I'll just give 2011. We don't have much, but let's say I'll just go 2010. Let's use dot here and 2015 hyphen 12 hyphen 31. Okay, so 12,000 profiles. Let's keep a range little narrow. 2011. So 1,000 profiles. So all these are the people who has created between 1st Jan 2010 dot number range search. It is not only for a Google, but across the platforms accepts that dot in a number range search. So 2010, that is 1st Jan 2010 to 31st December 2011. All these people would have created their account on GitHub between these two date ranges. So how to create while creating a search on GitHub using an operator creator? How do you actually give a date range to identify profile who has created their GitHub accounts within those ranges? So let's go to 100th page. So as I mentioned, maximum you'll be able to see 1,000 result. Here 10 results per page, and maximum you're able to see 100 pages. All right, I'll just take this 4. This person has joined 2010 within that particular date range. This person has joined 2010 within that particular date range. 2011 within that particular date range. Within that particular date range. So let's say activity, I'll just go. It's going 22. Let me go to 2011.
No, it's going from 2003.
Okay, November 8, 2011. Whatever the range we have given. First Jan 2010 to 31st December 2011. It is taking that particular range. So let's do one thing. Instead of best match, least recently joined or most recently joined. Let's go for least recently joined. In this case, we would get someone who has joined close to December 31st because we already got a November 2011. So least, okay, most I have to do. So this is also, let me just go. Yeah. Okay. 11th Jan 2010, most least recently joined. Similarly, sort by most recently joined. Now we'll get someone close to December 2011. This is still a name person used there. So this person 2011 joined on December 30, 2011. Least recently joined. We got, instead of 31st December, we got 30th December 2011. December 2011. 30th December 2011. Cool. I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any confusion on sorting and on giving the date ranges when they have created their GitHub profile, so that we know if these are the people who has created within these date ranges, then they are holding this many years of experience, keeping the overlap of that 2 years. Yeah, Jose. Yeah, Raghu. Jose, you can go
Sure.
first. Yeah,
Yeah.
Raghu, you can go first. Anyone, just go first.
Okay. So I have two questions, Shiv. One is you mentioned when you give two consecutive like keyword, features, location or language, something like that. So to consecutively two, then it will be like a or it's a or for GitHub, right? Okay, but if do I need to give together or if I give separately? Suppose
Anywhere
location
you
bank.
give, it will become or.
Okay. My another question is actually if you don't give together, it's like a and. Suppose location Bangalore, space language Java, then it's and only, right?
Between two operator, two separate. Okay. So this is operator driven. Between two
Okay.
operator, if both the operators are different, then it is
Okay.
and. If the both the
And.
operators are same, then it is or.
Or okay, clear.
Location,
And
language, both operators are different, then it is
okay,
and. Location,
okay,
location, both the operators are same, then it is or.
okay. Even though the position may be somewhere, like that's not a problem, right? If I repeat it two times, it's a or.
If you repeat two times or three times,
Okay,
same operator, more than one, it is or.
okay.
Different operator, it is and. Yeah, Jose.
Yeah, so
Sure.
for example, if I need to look for Java plus JavaScript, some full stack developers, so how should I look? Because language, if I mention two, then it will become or. So I
Then it
need
will
both.
become or.
Yeah, so I need
Absolutely.
both. How should I look when it is Java and
Difficult
JavaScript?
thing, but very means there's no possibility. Either you just give
Okay.
Java language and don't use language like this and just give JavaScript. So
Okay.
this,
Okay.
so any keywords which you are giving without operator are searching for their in their title, like JavaScript here, JavaScript here, JavaScript here. So they're searching in their titles.
Got it.
They're not searching in the codes what they have written. They're searching like a and in their title.
So when we need to be in the code, we have to give JavaScript in the code and Java, like how you gave it in JavaScript.
Exactly. Language Java,
Understood.
language JavaScript.
Understood.
But that will
Understood.
work as a or.
Understood.
That means there is no possibility of giving and kind of thing here with the bracket or something like that. That's what you learned so far. No
We'll
options.
see. There can be. Let's see if we give it in the bracket, does that work? It does not really understand bracket. It do not really understand nest. So
Okay.
let's say we'll just use and.
Should work now. Oh.
Don't really understand. So and is taking as a
Keyword.
keyword. So that's reason in Google also and has to be written in a capital letter. Here is a classic example why we should not write and in a small letter.
Yeah.
So if it is changing color, I doubt there is some gimmicks is happening. So syntax tips, we have a lot other syntax also. We'll just go there later. But we're just trying to figure it out. Is there a way that we can get Java and JavaScript both? Either you give language Java and then use JavaScript as an additional keyword so that it fetches from the keywords. But otherwise, language JavaScript.
If you use the forward slash,
Yeah.
if you use the Java / JavaScript.
No, that's not the right format. 2.8K, but it's still not reading a Java or JavaScript. So let's see only on Java how many. 480. And let's see JavaScript. (569) JavaScript hyphen Java. It's taking from somewhere. It's not exactly taking from the languages part. This is still going as a text. It's not exactly taking as a language part.
Can you make one try with the language only, but Java and JavaScript? Like there's no two language.
Maybe you can try from the advanced. Let's see.
Yeah, within double quotes, I mean within bracket, if you try once.
See, understand technically, when I just go, so don't have to go too technical. Understand conceptually, understand technically. Here, how the language is written. Is it structured data or is it unstructured data? Is it SQL data or is it no SQL?
Structure.
It's structured. Can I
Yeah.
select both at once?
No.
Simple.
Okay.
I cannot select both at once. It can be either anyone.
Shiv, in
So-
that, in this, there is the option, no? In this, you look at, in this repository, take two, no?
No, it won't work.
Go little up. Little
Okay.
up.
Any one only you can select here. You can't select two.
Shiv, when we select a language here, what does it
Hmm.
represent? That the repositories are of this language, or what? What exactly is it showing?
That the person is working in this language. While creating their profile, they'll have to add the language. Or they'll add those languages. Or the repositories also. That the repositories are written in these languages.
So maybe they are allowing only one language per repository, per profile.
Yeah, that is also a possibility. We can't write a repository in multiple languages. Could be the reason. You can't write essay in English and Hindi in the same paragraph. You have to write any one language, right? Similarly, this one. You can't write repositories in multiple languages. You can write repositories only in one language. Okay, so I'll just take a pause. Any doubts?
So I have another doubt regarding email ID. Wherever the profile you are seeing, email ID was visible. Is it like it's optional to the user or it's like defaultly shown to everybody?
We'll come there. First, focus
Sorry?
on the current topic. We'll come there.
Okay.
Okay. So any questions, any doubt on how to give a date range, how to give a location, and how to give a language? And what will happen when we give the same operator twice, or when we give a same language twice? So let's say
Shiv,
location.
I have one question. So we have only option to give languages. Let's suppose we wanted to hire some combination of skills along with Java and ja
So
Spring
that's not possible
framework.
in this.
Sorry?
That's not possible in this. Any one language only you can search for. If you give language, again language, it will work as a OR. It won't
But
work as
how?
a Java and JavaScript.
Okay. But how do we narrow down? Let's suppose we need a backend developer. We give Java, but this is a very vague results.
Weak
We
in the
can give
sense,
that keyword, right, Shiv?
no,
How
weak in the sense.
differently works from what
See,
different
this is
is
not a job portal.
the
Understand, this is not a job portal, neither a LinkedIn to give you the flexibility of using Boolean in that way. This is a GitHub, which is code sharing platform. Let's say now you have a blogging site. How many languages you'll write in your blog? Let's say you're writing some blog. How many languages will you use in your blog?
One, which I'm currently using.
One only, right? Let's say you started writing a blog in English. You'll continue in English. You started writing a blog in Sanskrit, you'll continue in Sanskrit. You started writing a blog in Chinese, you'll continue in Chinese. You won't change the languages every often after every line. You maintain one consistent language for your blog. Similarly, here also, when they're creating a repositories means they are the codes which can be written only in one language. It cannot be written in multiple language. Yeah, there's a possibility of person who has written something on HTML also inserted some of the CSS code. Pretty much possibility. Means anyone who is working on HTML, by default, the person must have working on CSS. The reason because those are connected together. Anyone similarly working on Java might be working on any other backend skills also. Anyone similarly working on JavaScript might be working on similarly on HTML, CSS already. So you don't really have to go with that mode of giving all the keywords as options, but rather take that one particular core language, let's say Node.js. Node.js person by default have HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and backend Node.js. JavaScript person by default have HTML, CSS, and other JSs, maybe Angular or D3 or whichever the JS. So in this way, you have to search on a GitHub. It's not a job portal. It's not a LinkedIn, which is giving the flexibility of searching with and or not. It is GitHub where people come and update the codes. So think in that point of view. Okay. Now let's say your roles are pretty straightforward. I'm hiring for SD1, SD2 who has worked on any backend engineering, any backend language, Java or Python or C++ or anything. I can pretty much go and take up the profiles from here. Let's say I have a requirement which is only working on front-end language like JavaScript, HTML. I can pretty much search for JavaScript or Node.js. So JavaScript, I can pretty much search. I get all the front-end guys. Similarly, let's say I want a full stack guys. I can similarly simply search for Node.js. I get all the full stack guys. So like that, you need to identify the language. And this is purely only for a coders. It's not for consultants or it's not for sales or anything. It's purely only for a coders. That's the reason I've spoken to each and everyone and told you that 80% of the content might be useful, but there's 20 to 30% of a coder which is only for the technical recruiter. It is not for the non-technical recruiter. All right. I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any confusion? Neti, does that answer your question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So
Can
you
I
have
show
to-
you the screen? 1 second. Can I share the screen and show you
Sure.
something? Yeah.
So Sangeeta, as I mentioned, don't parallelly do it because if you get stuck, I might not be able to help. Focus on what is going on. But yeah,
Okay,
feel free
okay.
to share.
Please continue. No, please continue.
No, that's fine. Feel free to share. So these are not the users, these are the repositories. Okay, so here you get it. You can share it, right?
Yeah, I got it. I got it. They were not the user, they were repositories. Okay.
Apart from that, there is another point also. Just share your screen. Okay, now in GitHub, there are two types of keyword. One is operator-driven keywords, and the second is non-operator-driven keywords. What you have given is a non-operator-driven keywords. Those are reflecting anywhere in their titles. If you see, every title has a Java, JavaScript, Node.js. But if you want to strictly go with the operator-driven keywords like language colon or location colon or created colon, these are non-operator-driven keywords. So there's a difference between now it is only 244. Who has worked on Java, then Java, JavaScript, Node are working as an additional text, which is there in their text. I'll come there. You can stop the share.
But still, if you want multiple
So that's what
key,
I'm saying. Don't get overexcited and don't do it simultaneously. Focus will cover everything. Otherwise, you'll get confused. What we are doing is currently is operator-driven keywords. There are two types of keywords in GitHub: operator-driven and non-operator-driven. What are operator-driven keywords? Anyone here?
language, location, those things.
Any keywords given with the use of operators like language colon, location colon, created colon, all that thing. Any keyword which are used with the combination of operator or operator driven keywords. And in the operator driven keywords, see, I'm not going to take this in the notes. You have to remember. So there are two types of keywords. One is operator driven keyword and the other is only the keywords. So any operator driven keywords are basically which are used with the operators like language colon, location colon, created colon are basically an operator driven keyword. And in operator driven keyword, any keyword which we are giving multiple times like language, JavaScript, space, language, Java. If we are giving it like that, then that space is understood by GitHub as OR. Again, location Hyderabad, space, location Bangalore. That space is again understood by OR. So is that necessary? If we give in continuation location Bangalore, location Hyderabad, then only it will read as a or can I give location, then language, and then location? Whichever the way you give, like here, location, Bangalore, space, language, JavaScript, location, Hyderabad. Whichever the way you give, it is actually reading it as a or only. I just remove it from here and again keep it over here. So 569 before also, 569 now also. Similarly, language I'll just keep it here, JavaScript. And again, language colon Java. So language here, 1.1K. Similarly, I'll remove this language from here and put it again next to it. Same 1.1K. So all these are operator driven keyword. So what are operator driven keywords?
Which works with an operator.
Which works with the operator. And what happens when we give operator driven keyword multiple times?
It consider this as an OR.
It comes it as a OR. It doesn't come as a AND. What happens when we give a operator driven keyword along with a non-operator driven keyword? Something like I just gave SDE. Okay.
It grabs
so
it
this
from the title.
Exactly. It searches from the title or from the across the page of a candidate, anywhere that SDE is mentioned. Okay. All these are non-operator driven keywords. Like any keyword which we're giving without using any operator are basically a non-operator driven keyword. Let's say I just remove all this stuff. So does GitHub understand Boolean like this?
No.
No, it will not fetch the data.
Let's see between a non-operator driven keyword. So that's absolutely 0. But if we use like this, then yes, it is searching. So here nesting doesn't apply. Here nesting doesn't apply. Same software engineer or SDE. Or as I mentioned, GitHub is completely different. GitHub syntax are completely different. What we learned in LinkedIn, what we learned in Google, completely unlearn it. GitHub is completely different. For LinkedIn, Google, it's or thumb rule. Whenever we use or, we need a bracket. But for GitHub, there is nothing as such. Without bracket, we have to use or.
Shiv,
Yeah.
for what kind of profile we need to go for this special GitHub?
Developer's profile. Coder's profile. Only software engineers.
Sorry, couldn't hear Shiv.
Only software engineer, only software developers, only coders.
Shiv, Shiv,
Yes, Shweta.
You have not used bracket here. So how will it understand and or which
That's what
operation?
I'm saying. GitHub operators are completely different. It is completely opposite to LinkedIn. It is completely opposite to Google. In LinkedIn, Google, we say whenever we use or, we need a bracket. But here in the GitHub, bracket doesn't understand whether it is or whether it is and. We don't really, it doesn't really understand bracket. GitHub syntax are completely different.
No, my question was, I mean, is it following the Bodmarsh rule? Like, I mean, the addition.
Forget everything what you have learned.
Okay.
It
Got
has a different rule of following altogether.
Okay.
Any keywords that you want in or, just give continuously with a combination of or without using any bracket. Any keyword which you want in and, just go with and, Java or JavaScript. It is searching from the whole page. It can be anywhere. So these are the non-operator driven keyword which are not ruled by Bodmer's theorem, or which are not ruled by brackets, or which are not ruled by nests, which are completely different. Wherever I need a combination of SDE or software engineer or developer, I use SDE or software engineer or developer without bracket, and it is searching for developer, 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 software engineer, developer, developer, and again JavaScript or Java. It is taking either from the title or across the page, across the web page, which are non-operator driven keywords. Non-operator driven keywords still has a boolean, but nesting doesn't apply. Yeah, go.
Shiv, I have a doubt on this usage actually, the UI part you did. So you searched here, and now I'm getting all the profiles from Netherlands, India, Africa, everywhere. So
Because
you
we
came
did not
from,
give location.
yeah, correct, I understand. But you came from the advanced filter, right? Is there any way for you to go back to same that advanced search here?
Well, you can give location here.
Manually you have to give. There is no way to, it will not show me that
You can give
previous.
location. Bangalore.
Okay. No, the previous UI will not show again, right? There is no way to go there.
No, you can give.
Okay.
So now it is a combination of non-operator driven keyword with operator driven keyword, where Java or JavaScript could be anywhere in the page. SDE or software engineer or software developer could be anywhere in the page. So it's giving me the combination of SDE or software engineer or developer and Java or JavaScript. And then the location, Bangalore. So that Java or JavaScript can be anywhere. If you want to use it the way LinkedIn shows the result. Now, LinkedIn is showing the result. How exactly it is showing the result? We have two formats in the LinkedIn. One is again the drop-down format, and one more is open-ended format. So let's say if I just go to LinkedIn, Java and JavaScript. I'm searching for Java and JavaScript here, coming to people, and wherever I have a drop-down, even though if I'm selecting multiple options, which is the structured one, it is taking it as a or. Even in the company, a structured one, I have an option where I can select multiple things and it will take it as a or. But in GitHub, when I just go to the language colon, language stuff, I don't really have a drop down. Here I have a drop down, but I can select only one in an operator driven keyword. Similarly, in the GitHub, in the LinkedIn, I have a multiple option. But when I select that multiple option, it works as a or. But here, when I have only one option, it's not working as and. It is working as again a or, language Java or JavaScript. Because a repository can be written in any one language. Now, whatever is the open-ended, which is this part, which is a NoSQL, which is a NoSQL database, it is fetching a keywords from across the profile. It could be in the repository, it could be in the profile, it could be in the university, it could be anywhere. And that's where this search is working, which is completely an open-ended search. All these keywords are there in the candidate profile with the combination of SDE or software engineer or developer or Java or JavaScript. So anyone from here, someone who has written SDE or software engineer or developer anywhere in their title or anywhere in their pages, and Java or JavaScript. So let's say Java and JavaScript. So only 96 result, like Java, JavaScript, Java, JavaScript, Java, JavaScript, Java, JavaScript, Java, JavaScript, Java, JavaScript. So all these are non-operator driven keywords and has to be written like this. Now when I say and Java and JavaScript, every single profile has a Java and JavaScript, Java and JavaScript. And similarly, SDE or software engineer or developer, I have a SDE or software engineer or developer. And again, location Bangalore. But ideally, if I need a backend engineer, if I follow this thing, I'm getting only 96 results. But when I know that any Java person can write SDE or software engineer or developer or programmer or staff engineer or any damn title, why do I need to use all this? Rather, I'll just use language Java. Someone who would have written on language Java, by default, they would have started with a JavaScript. So instead of 96, when I search now, I get 13,000 result. So which one is better? Do I have to going with operator driven keywords is better or going with non-operator driven keywords is better?
Operator driven keywords are always better.
Always much better. Because I know that it's pretty clear, straightforward. If I see a Java, location Java, location Bangalore and language Java, and someone who has worked on Java, definitely they would have worked on multiple skills. Someone who have worked on Node.js, by default, they would have worked on all the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all those tools. Someone who has worked on Python, by default, the person would have worked on Python related skills because they have a repositories. They have mentioned that these are the coding languages that I'm working on. Does
But
that really make sense?
Shiv, one question here. Like also using, for example, Java, I want a full stack developer in Java. I can use language Java, but with the non-operator driven keyword like a full stack, something like
You
that.
can use that.
That filters out because Java can be something like Android developer or something like a backend also, standalone application also. So.
Just use it like this. 49 results. Someone
Yeah.
who has given full stack as it is, or someone would have given full stack with hyphen, or someone would have given full stack with space. But majority of them has given full stack as it is. So now if you see all these full stacks, by default, they're working on Node, all those other skills. So instead of giving that, if I need a full stack, what I'll do, instead of searching for full stack, full stack, full stack like this, I'll simply go. I'll see which is a unique skill in a full stack that every full stack engineer should be using, which is Node.js. I need to see how the Node.js is given in the language. Let's see. Let's go to advanced. What skills are there on top only? How come Node is missing?
Check in the above option, Shiv, the first one.
We'll have to raise that first. That is missing.
Shiv, in the first option, go above.
I'm on top first
No,
options.
no, not here. In the above, there is one more option of giving the language, right? Yeah, here. Is it there?
No, both are same. Whatever is applicable here, it is applicable there. Device, just come. Node. So it is only node. So yeah, it's node. Only node it is. Microsoft. Okay, so that's how we just go. And then we have some other source syntax.
Shiv,
So
one question,
understanding
Shiv.
GitHub source syntax.
Shiv, one question.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you give like language Java, right? So how it searches, what does it indicate? Like, I mean, he has a repository in the name of Java, that's why it's coming, or is there any other possibility that result is shown?
Either they have created a repository on Java, or while creating a GitHub profile, they have mentioned that they're working in this
Java skills. Okay.
Either of the terms. So this will come later. I'll not go that in depth, but I just wanted to see, is this clear? So there are two types of keywords. One is operator-driven keywords, and the other is non-operator-driven keywords. Non-operator-driven keywords, definitely there's a boolean exist like SDE or so here I did not use any and, I did not use any or, have used just space. So only two results. So both are from Bangalore, and software engineer or SDE or developer, Java and JavaScript. Java and JavaScript both are working. So similarly, I'll use and here and see if there can be any difference. Same two result. Instead of using that, now I'll use location, Bangalore. Instead of 2, that become 96 because this is operator-driven keyword, which is more powerful than the non-operator-driven keyword. Similarly, instead of using all this stuff, I'll use language Java. And that 96 has become 13,000. So that's where on GitHub, going with operator-driven keyword makes much sense comparable to non-operator-driven keywords. Cool. Any doubts, any confusion between operator-driven keywords and non-operator-driven keywords? And here in non-operator-driven keywords, forget what we say, brackets. It doesn't work. You have to give in continuation. Anything in continuation with or, anything in continuation with and, anything in continuation with and or not. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sure.
Let's see how does not. Yes, not. Key result. Not 11 key result. Not 10 key result. So if you see the results started dropping. Not software, not engineer, not developer, not programmer.
This not is again been searched in the title only.
Yes. In the whole profile, data. Gone 0. Because data must be somewhere in the LinkedIn profile. Sorry, GitHub profile. Somewhere, some repository, something there should be a data. And as soon as you say not data, everything gone.
Shiv, please remove one of the not, Shiv. Is it the limitation on the operators or not? Not this not, any other not, previous not developer. Let us see.
Okay, now you tell me how will this understand?
No, I'm saying remove the developer also.
Or I think, yeah. Engineer or developer.
Not engineer and developer.
And developer.
Not engineer and developer. Now developer you give as it is, not, whatever you give after not, that is considering not. But developer do not have any operator there. Neither location, neither and or not. Developer do not have anything over there. And it is giving all developer. Even if I just go to the last result of the last page, it will be a developer. But
Shiv,
not
out of
software,
curiosity.
not engineer, not programmer, not SD, not data, but developer.
Yeah, please remove this developer, Shiv. Let us see once, please.
Huh?
Please remove the developer also. Yeah,
Okay.
one more plus. Yeah, now try. Yeah, I think there's a limitation on the number of things then, number of the
Nothing like that.
keywords.
Developer, we have it, right? So it is showing not software, not engineer, not programmer,
okay.
not SD, not data. But
It's
there
all the
can be a
developer
developer.
details. Okay. Yeah.
Only these 4 are not, but there can be something else.
Right.
There can be something else. Clear, team? What are the operator driven keywords and what are the non-operator driven keywords? Now, let's say I just give developer space SDE. 0 results. Because this is
No.
non-operator driven keyword.
No, you've
when I
already
give
given
data,
not
because
SDE.
not data. Because
You
not
have given not SDE and now you are asking for SDE. So it will not take now.
Okay, got it. Yeah. So let's say instead of SDE, we'll say developer.
We give SSC.
SSC. Okay, developer, only one profile. Because maybe this person has written both the keywords.
Maybe you have to remove the data also, not data. Because as you said previously, if we put not data, we will not get any profiles like that. You don't.
We'll see. Give me a second. That's gone. So as a thumb rule, we'll use not as always at last. We'll come here. Right. We just go here. That is still 0. We don't really have a data over there. Then we have 13K. So developer along with combination of anything. We said developer or software engineer. Not software, not engineer we gave as a one single keyword. But again, it's not really taking it because though it is given in a double quote, but still one or the other word becomes a keyword for that. Not really. Okay, so again, developer, all these things are there. So it's reaching the limitation of 1 or 2 or okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It also follows the same maximum of 2, 5 operator and 6 keywords. So let's say if our trick works, removing the space before or
Yeah, this
and
is what I
keeping the
doubted
space
that.
after
Not
or.
data, Shiv. Last you have put not data.
That's fine. Okay. Yes, it is working now. We have removed the space before or. Earlier, what we have done, we had something like this. So here we have gone with the limitation. We have crossed that limitation of 5 operator and 6 keyword because again, both being a Microsoft products. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 keywords, we are not getting it. Now we know that particular trick of whenever we use or, we are giving every single keyword in a double bracket and space before or remains as it is and space after or goes off. And yes, it is going through.
Can
So
we
now
increase more hours?
let's increase. That's what I'm saying. Mobile or
Android
Android
or iOS?
or iOS. 1500. Absolutely. Too
It's
good.
increasing. It's increasing.
It's increasing. If it is increasing, that means it is taking either of the word developer or mobile or Android or iOS.
Maybe they would have used same algorithm.
Same. They would have copy pasted the same search algorithms. Again, same. Or I would say iOS.
Flutter.
Hmm?
Flutter.
Just use
Flutter.
the normal keyword. Web or Flutter. Flutter. Awesome. Okay. So all the various Boolean operators, if our conceptual, if you're strong, then on GitHub, you can actually implement it right. This is where you have seen the classic example of that particular or while we overcome the limitation of number of keywords on LinkedIn or any Microsoft product. At the same time, using and or not in the capital letter. If you don't use in the capital letter, you're seeing a classic example that these are not read as an operator. These are read as a keywords. Cool. So let's say not company, it is whatever it is. So create your own profile. I'll come to the advanced operator later. I'll just take a pause here today.
But whatever that operator, it should come in that blue color. If it doesn't come, that I think some problem.
There's some bug. That's an old UI. The new UI must have changed some operators also. I'll just do some research on the old to new UI and I'll share it tomorrow. But for now, on a basic understanding, understand what is operator-driven keyword, what is non-operator-driven keyword, how does OR understand with operator-driven keywords versus non-operator-driven keywords, how does AND or NOT works for non-operator-driven keywords, which is very completely opposite to LinkedIn or Google, because here bracket does not really have any sense. It is completely excluded. GitHub does not really understand bracket. And again, if you want to overcome the search limitation, we still have a search limitations here. Number of operator that we can use is maximum 5, and number of keyword that we can use is maximum 6. And if you want to overcome that, again, the same formula rules over here. Every keyword that you're using with OR has to get into the double quotations, and space before OR remains as it is, space after OR goes off. And then comes to operator driven keyword. If you're using those operator driven keyword, same thing twice, like language, then it will understand as OR. Similarly, location, it will understand as OR. So we don't really have a way with the operator driven keyword to identify a candidate working on two languages. Rather, one we give a operator driven keyword and the other we give non-operator driven keyword like language Java, and instead of using and, we just use JavaScript. Something like Java here I used, and then I just say Android. So that 13,000 would become 533 because all these people in a backend, they have coded on Java, and again from the Bangalore location, and again mention all this particular keyword. But why so less? Because we have mentioned not software, not engineer and all. Okay, but if I remove this all nots, the data would automatically go high. If I remove all this also, not required. 659, working in Java with Android and then location Bangalore. Clear? Any doubts, any confusion? Or any Android skill I'll take and that I'll enter in the language so that I get more Android developers. And
Now
similarly,
you try giving company. Sure.
I think we have to use org.
The
it's
complete
org, right?
name,
No,
organization, the
it is
complete
org.
name.
It is org. Right, Harish?
No,
It is org.
no, it's complete name, organization.
But it is working. It has come in that blue color. The color is
Organization.
Yeah.
ORG is correct. I think it is not able to find from Microsoft.
We'll go to the advanced one later. Today, you hold on understanding the operator-driven keyword and non-operator-driven keyword. There are a lot of advanced operators that will go later. I'll not cover it today. We'll cover it tomorrow. But if you're overexcited, do it your search and ask me confused questions tomorrow. Most welcome.
Yeah, he was correct. ORG is working. ORG colon.
That's what I'm saying. Stick to the topic what we're sticking today. Don't jump with the overexcitement, otherwise you'll get confused. And tomorrow we are going to complete GitHub. After that, we're not going to repeat. So within 2 classes, if you want to get strong on GitHub, follow how much the learning is going on to the point. So today, understand what is operator-driven keyword, what is non-operator-driven keyword, how does operator-driven keyword works when we want to give that multiple times, how does non-operator given keyword works when we want to give that in a various ways of and or not, all those things. Just understand the difference of operator and non-operator driven keyword. Your homework is only to do a research to understand operator and non-operator driven keywords, how exactly it is working. Go for various operator driven searches and various non-operator driven searches and see what is the limitation of and or not, and is there any limitation for operator driven keywords. If not, well and good. If yes, how can you overcome that limitation of operator-driven keyword? The way we came a limitation of non-operator-driven keywords by giving every single keyword in double quotations and space before or remains as it is, space after or goes off. That's how we were able to go expand the searches. But otherwise, these are all the various operators that we're going to cover. This is already pretty much covered in our thumbs of rule, book of rules of thumb, where not just the LinkedIn or Google things we have covered, I've covered at the last lot of stuff related to GitHub as well. But as I mentioned, GitHub search syntax are completely opposite to LinkedIn or Google. Here, search syntax, some are similar, some are different. So we have to understand all those things very closely. And unless and until we don't practice it, immediately within 2 to 3 days, we'll forget it. I'm sure you'll forget it. If you're not going to practice immediately, I'm sure you're going to forget it. All right. Now, going to the profiles. Airmate, Google, Gojek, HackerRank. So do you think like company working like at HackerRank, Airmate, Google, this kind of people might know only one language? Like if we give Java, they will know only one language, Java.
No.
No, they will know multiple.
They know multiple extension. Okay. Here comes our tool, OctoHR. So we know now how to get the year of experience. We know now how to get with the language. We know now how to get with the location. We know now year of experience definitely. Now we are going to know whether this candidate is open for new opportunities or not.
Years of experience just by seeing when they created like that. That's the one.
When they created, yes.
Shiv, can we search by name?
You can, owner. Okay, not hireable on GitHub.jobs. So in a backend, this is OctoHR, which will show you the languages, number of languages. As I mentioned, if you give only one language, not necessarily that the person is working only on that one language. They would have repositories on multiple languages. Here it is showing all those things. What are the languages? Try a new search page with chat. Let me just check. We'll just go. I'll have one refresh. Not hireable. You go. I'll have a refresh. Okay, hireable. So as per GitHub jobs, that is nothing but in a backend. Here in the bracket, job profile. If someone has made this one available for hire, then this extension is showing as per GitHub job, are they available for hire, hireable on GitHub jobs. So this person is looking out for a job change. So there will be a question, which is the tool that we can use, which can show us a diversification of each skill and which can show us whether they are hireable or not hireable. That is OctoHR. Yeah, Juice.
So this is not like X-ray will only in OctoHR we can check, right? The available
Yes,
to
only
hire option.
OctoHR. Only
Okay.
OctoHR.
Okay.
I don't
And
know
that percentage show that is based on their activity only in the GitHub. Nothing else, right?
what activity?
I
Based
mean,
on the
I'm
number of
saying,
repositories. See, everything
yeah,
is data.
okay.
Everything
So
is
they,
data. Whatever is existing in a backend, it is showing in a front end.
yeah, just go to one example, show, refresh and yeah,
Everything is data.
in this case, this person like Jupyter notebooks, I mean, he has more repository in that and Python, so and so. Like, based on that, this percentage.
Everything is data. Whatever is there in the backend, it's showing in the front end. It's
Okay.
reading the whole page, scraping the data, and displaying the numbers.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's about OctoHR. Now, there is another tool called OctoHunt. So this is a web tool. Okay, so it's a web tool. It gets the data, and wherever you see the suitcase are basically available for hire. Wherever you see the suitcase are basically available for hire. There might be a possibility that you're seeing a suitcase available for hire, and when you reach out, they say that, no, I already got a new job. I forgot updating available for hire in GitHub. But they'll be really surprised how you guys are checking even that.
Shiv, this how this people profile is coming because you opened them in separate browser. That's how it's coming.
No, OctoHunt is a different product itself, which gets you the profile
It's
only from GitHub, and it will
okay.
also show who are available for hire. If you don't want to go so technically, and if you want to source profile, GitHub, just a tip away, just go for OctoHunt, give a language and a location. That's it.
Oh, you search Java. Yeah, okay.
So again, it will not search like that because GitHub won't allow to search like that. So this will show me either Java or JavaScript. I approached this candidate while I was at Amazon.
In Octo HR, it's also showing the email ID. So is that a
Yes, it will
limit?
show.
It's free or it has a limit or
It's
something?
free. It's free.
Okay, great, great.
Completely free. Feel free to use as much as.
Okay, great.
Okay. Now next thing, now this candidate, it's not showing us the email ID. Okay. Neither the email ID is here. So what you need to do, that will do it later, not now. API. This is gone. It's no more working.
Earlier
Let
we
me
had
see.
Hikidu. Hikidu was there, but
Let's see if this helps us. But this is a little advanced. We'll cover tomorrow.
Okay.
It is gone now. This is gone. They have blocked it. But we have various ways that we'll cover tomorrow, not today. So I'll take a pause. Any doubts, any confusion on how to source on GitHub? And there's a millions of data available, millions, which is basically untouched. If it is touched, only touched by expert recruiters from companies like Google or Facebook, but most of the data is untouched. Yeah, Raghu.
Shiv, the web tool, right? That OctoHR, something you said, no? OctoHR. So in that, you said like it will show only people who are available to available for the job change, right? But the suitcase is available only in the some cases. Why so?
Because only they are looking out for a change. Not everyone is looking for a change.
This is a full data with the search Java and JavaScript, but only
Java or
suitcase things are
JavaScript.
the okay.
It is giving results with Java or JavaScript from Bangalore, all of the candidate.
Okay.
Suitcase one is only the one who is open for new opportunities. The rest others are not.
Okay. This is a free tool again, completely free.
It's free.
Shiv, how about OctoHR? Is that free?
Both are free.
Please share the link, Shiv, that Chrome extension.
OctoHR and OctoHunt.
OctoHR is asking for money.
No,
Then
no.
maybe you're a new user.
It is asking to authorize to our GitHub account. No
You
money.
need GitHub. It's not asking you money. It's asking you to authorize with GitHub account.
Yeah.
Both these tools looks really good, Shiv.
Awesome
What's the
tools.
URL?
It's very
OctoHR.com.
OctoHunt is a web browser. OctoHR is a Chrome extension.
Wherever we click on the home page, it's taking to their home page, Shiv. Either the GitHub homepage or their own homepage.
So this is how we identify candidates who are open for new opportunities using either OctoHR or OctoHunt. So we know how to search for a candidate with skills. We know how to search for a candidate with experience. We know how to search for a candidate with location. And now we also know how to look for a candidate if they're open for new opportunities. That by using either OctoHR or OctoHunt. If you don't want to get much in depth into the GitHub and source on the tips, OctoHunt is one of the best tools that you can use. You can always click whoever is open for new opportunities. It will take you to their GitHub page.
So, Shiv, through OctoHunt, we can search the profile who are open, and then we can go through their in details like experience range. We can search by when he has joined.
See, vice versa. You search directly on a GitHub, you can give it the experience, location, skills, everything. In OctoHunt, OctoHR, then use OctoHR tool and you'll be able to see whether hireable on GitHub or not. Similarly, in OctoHunt, you just search for a candidate. Where is that? You just give us skills and experience. It will give you all those candidates from the list and it will show you which are the candidates open for opportunities and then open those profiles in GitHub and then reach out. However, you want to use these two tools, feel free to use it. So let's say available for hire. I just go click on this name. I'll gather more data. Or here also I'll use OctoHR and which is it shown over there means it will show here also. All these email IDs and everything is there. Let's say I'll reach out. Variable on GitHub jobs. And then it is also giving me the breakup of not just JavaScript. Person has worked on TypeScript, CoffeeScript, Protocol, Swift, Rush, PHP, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Kotlin, all that stuff. So Nitin, is that enough data to make a profile out whether the person has worked on multiple skills or not?
Yeah, definitely.
Answered your question?
Yeah.
How is it useful?
Yeah, definitely. It has so many details.
So go with the
And
logic, go with the operator-driven keywords. You'll find it amazingly well. But it's only that you implement it. A lot of
yeah.
people learns from the session, but nobody implements it. But if you implement it, you would see real fruits, especially in the US and other markets. In India is just amazing because in India we don't have a
True.
GDPR rules. We can reach out to anyone. Yeah, Raghu, you have a question?
No, sure. It was old one. I will lower it. Thank you.
All right. So that is how GitHub direct search by using operator-driven keywords and non-operator-driven keywords and understanding the differences of it, and then understanding how to identify who are open for new opportunities or who are passive. But yes, this is just the amazing data. Even if you're working passively, you can get this data into the Excel. Earlier, the screens were different where it was showing along with the email IDs, but now the screen is different. We'll have to see what best we can do where it will show us the email ID, which is unfortunately not showing us. But is there any other way that we can create an email ID? Something like Washika Garg. The problem is a lot of people, now most of you, 80 to 90% of you people would have used your Gmail ID to create your GitHub profile. So whatever the user ID, which is before at the rate, whatever the text which is before at the rate has become by default your Google email ID, by default your GitHub user ID. So I'll take a benefit of doubt of this part. I'll go here, I'll compose, I'll keep this. Vanshika Garg, yes. Yes. So does that sound cool?
Absolutely.
So that trick you can use it. You can create the data still, and whatever the user ID is here, you can use a concatenate formula, attach with @Gmail, and that's it. Because all these people who has created their GitHub account using their Gmail IDs, so whatever the text before @ is has become their user ID. Anshad Doshi. So dynamic Chetan. Yes. That always a topi guy. He loves wearing hats. So here also he's in hat.
So is there any tool like Rapportive and Discoverly that is showing the profile at the side with Gmail?
Rapidly taken by LinkedIn. And they made
It's gone. It's gone now. Like I'm asking whether if
it's
we
gone
have
now,
any
yeah.
tool like, yeah.
I still keep on searching if we get some tools like that.
What's the tool name, Joe?
There are a lot of tools like Discoverly, Rapportive, then Full
All gone,
Contact was
all
there.
gone.
Yeah.
Twenty-eight 10 minutes, 28 October is her date of birth. Or some good day in her life. So all those things. We can still use all those permutations and combinations. But otherwise, Niharika 202810. Best thing in URL Niharika 2810 enter. So okay, sorry, Niharika 2810. So she's on GitHub, github.io. She is on Yep Hire. This is how we identify various what we say various portals to
Lead
source
gen
from.
tools.
That's one topic, right? How to identify various portals to source from. So this is how we can do it.
Open web.
Open web. So she's pretty much on GitHub stuff. Awesome profiles. Java, databases, SQL, Room, tools. Is this profile good or bad? Huh?
Looks good.
Very good.
Excellent, right?
Yeah.
Not just good, but that too from tier 2 or tier 3 institutes. This is how you make a hire at your tier 1 companies from tier 2 or tier 3 institutes, where you're not biased with their education or anything. Rather, you're going and taking a look at their work on GitHub and trying to pitch into the hiring manager. This is what the profile is. Forget about the person whether coming in from tier 2, tier 3 institute. Look at the GitHub repository, look at the GitHub profile, look at their web presence. Works at Google. From tier 2, works at Google. Tier 2 or tier 3. I have not heard about this college.
It's my village.
It's your village. Awesome. So this is how you hire people even from tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, whichever the tier, to your tier 1 companies or clients. Does that make sense? Sourcing
Yes.
from GitHub, is that useful?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sure.
Okay, if you want to go with unbiased hiring, but purely based on their work, then GitHub is a place. Similarly, Stack Overflow will cover day after tomorrow. Tomorrow, one more day GitHub, and we'll be done with the GitHub. Day after tomorrow, Stack Overflow. 1 or 2 days on Stack, we'll be done with the Stack. Then maybe by this weekend, we can complete GitHub and Stack. And we just covered the sample of how to identify the various sites to X3. Dribble, Behance, that is pretty straightforward, not much. Then next week onwards, we'll move on to the next slide. Yeah, Raghu.
Shiv, just one new terminology I heard. What is unbiased hiring, you mean?
Unbiased hiring means biased with colleges, biased with
Okay.
universities, biased with companies.
Mhm.
Only having the bias that only people from this college, these companies, or this thing
Got
works.
it.
Rest
Okay,
of that
got it.
doesn't work.
Right.
If you want to go with that unbiased hiring, then GitHub is a place. Yeah, Jose.
I have a doubt not relating to the one we did now, but in GitHub, with the X-ray search. So there is a Java skill there, right? Java, JavaScript, and 2K, and so that is not clickable. So will that be searchable in X-ray if
It
you
will
use
take.
public?
You go for custom CSS, it will take.
Okay, because I tried
Build a
it with
custom
public
CSC.
and
Huh?
I tried it with public around like 10, 15 with JavaScript. It gave, but I'm not sure whether it's the right way. So that's the reason
Give
I'm
a
just
very
confirming.
simple search, very simple X-ray search that will work
Okay.
fantastically well.
Okay. Okay.
Just take a combination of this.
Okay.
And the combination of this.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing else is required. By default, you'll have from Bangalore or Bangalore working on
Yeah,
Java or JavaScript.
this will search anywhere in the profile, like Java and JavaScript.
Anywhere in
Any
the profile.
specifically from the like
From?
the icon that is showed.
As I mentioned, like
Okay.
few things which are non explainable. Because those are the
No,
features.
not this one, not this one. Below, actually. Below there is a 2K and TypeScript 1.7K.
This one, right?
Inside, this one. Not a button.
These are
but
all the
yeah.
folks. These you don't have to worry. These are all the folks.
No.
Fork
I
is
don't want that. Only the language. I want only the language.
language
So
from
if I
here.
search it with public around 10 or 20, will that search this profile? Like public around 10 or 20 JavaScript. Public is there on top.
See, public is no, it
Not
will not
clickable.
take.
Yeah, not clickable. So
But still, this is a feature also. Though it
okay.
is non-clickable, but it's still a feature.
Okay.
It won't take. Because again, these are the features.
I was just trying out new ways. So
See here, this is public and this is public archive.
okay.
So that is still a feature. It won't take. Rather than a simplest search, it will work perfectly fine.
Okay.
Create a CSV on this. You'll see the magics from this.
Yeah, I have a CSV on this actually.
So advanced it now. GitHub, only GitHub CSV, which is showing you with followers, which is showing you with colleges, which is showing you with location, which is showing you with companies, all those things. Wherever you can see the advancement and improvement, which is showing with the contributions, which is showing you with the joining dates, all those things. Wherever you can see, just read the whole profile, and wherever you can see the improvements, just add all those filters in a back into CSV.
Sure.
You'll have amazing CSV on this. All right, team, I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any confusion on direct search? This is basic of GitHub. Are we good?
Yes, Shiv.
Yes, Shiv.
Yes, sir.
Great. So I'll just take a pause for today. Let's connect tomorrow and go a little advanced. Okay?
Shiv,
Thank you, Shiv.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Shiv, I have a quick question, not on GitHub, but let's say if I post something on LinkedIn and I'm getting a lot of traction, there is any chance I'm getting, let's say like or message. Can I get all those data in a tracker or in an Excel kind of thing?
You're saying you're posting something which is getting a lot of traction.
Yes.
And you wanted that in an Excel.
Yes.
100% you can do. I've done this trick when one of the engineering managers was relocating to India from Microsoft, and he did mention that he's relocating to India to set up such teams from scratch. So whoever is interested, please like and ping, and I'll reach out to you. So there are around 250, 300 people reached out within a day itself. So what I've done, I've scraped that entire 200, 250 list of people, then got their contact details wherever I can, and got their title, got their company bifurcation, everything, and shared this data with this hiring manager, saying it that these are all the people who has commented on your post, and these are their detail, name, LinkedIn profile link, their title, and their email IDs, and then their year of experience as well, their LinkedIn profile. Bit of a hard work, but I wanted to apply for Microsoft. I was applying, but nobody was shortlisting my resume. I've done this activity and send it to the hiring manager. Ask hiring manager, if possible, if you can just give me a chance to get interviewed with Microsoft, I can create a magic for your team. Trust me, within 24 hours, I got a call and my interview was scheduled.
Amazing.
Within 24 hours, I got a call. I got my interview scheduled. Absolutely. And that hiring manager was like, what all things you're on a YouTube, this thing, that thing, what all things you do it? Basically, Rohit Kumar is one of the sourcing manager there. Then he checked my profile, then he checked my things and all. And he was completely blown off. He was like, amazing. This why you want to come to Microsoft then? So yeah, but yeah, that time again I got Amazon. I went back to Amazon. Yeah, Ravi.
Shiv, you told older UI was showing the email ID and you could scrap it, right? So my question is, was the scraping tool is only reading the visible content on the web page, or is it going
Don't
inside?
go advanced. Go
Okay.
step by step. Whatever is content shared today, only practice on that. We'll cover rest everything later. Go step by
Yes.
step.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's what I can tell. For everyone, we'll go step by step. So yeah, answer to your question, Shweta, pretty much possible, but yes, not now. We'll cover it later.
Okay. Thank you, Shiv.
All right. Yeah. Sure then. Thank you. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Shiv.
you.
Thank you, Shiv.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Shiv. Bye.